Hey folks, this is B-man from the MVP podcast, the People Show, where we talk about the most valuable players in the world of sports. And I'm really excited to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by T-Shack. T-Shack is a cafe based right here in Sheffield, and they make the most amazing tea. So I've already had mine, I've tried it, and I can vouch for it. It's brilliant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the details down below for you guys to check it out. They also do deliveries for those of you that don't want to leave your house or don't want to have to travel to other sides of Sheffield. And yeah, I really hope that you'll enjoy this episode that's coming up. Please leave a like, subscribe. Welcome back to the MVP podcast, the People Show, where we talk about the most valuable players in the world of sports. My name is B-man, and I am here with Sosa with the sauce. Boss man, what are you telling me?
I'm good, fam. What are you saying? You
I'm
cool?
all right, man. I'm good. I'm better than good because I've been watching a lot of basketball, which is what we're going to talk about in this particular episode. If anything, I think the main focus should be on Houston Rockets because they're doing something that's completely unprecedented. Completely. They are going with an ultra small lineup of a 6'4" center, a 6'7" power forward, a 6'4" point guard, a 6'4" shooting guard. It is unfathomable.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should be excited that the league is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Maybe one day,
eventually you'll get a chance.
My brothers, short kings, they'll be short kings.
You'll never make it to the NBA, man. I hate to mess your brother like that, fam. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm way past it now. But let a brother dream. But so it's surprising that.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
What's your take on this so far? Like, just overall, what's your take on it? Just to give me an overview on it.
Okay, so when you watch the Houston Rockets, you just keep seeing them getting out-rebounded and giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. And you're looking at it thinking, oh my God, they're getting absolutely spanked. And then you look at the score and Houston is winning by 10. I cannot explain to you what is going on, but what I can tell you though is it seems to work. It really seems to work.
Yeah. I was on the fence. Like, it's always a case of you expect there to be, certain players having to be a certain height to play a position. Mm-hmm. And you understand, like, for example, late game, certain players can't play. Typically, centers, because if they get fouled, they can't take free throws.
Sure.
So you have someone that potentially could hit a shot or, like, take free throws if it came down to it. This is something different. This is something, like you said, it's bizarre. It's super bizarre. It's an experiment I'm fully here for, and I want to see how it ends up. But it's just like I'm looking at it like, they're getting wins. Okay, it's like a car crash that's just pending, and as you just see the car just skid, and you're like, it's going. It's going to flip any second now. It is. Tell me you don't feel that.
No, I do. That's why I said, it feels like they're losing, like they're getting dominated, but in reality, they're not. But I think the truth is that their starting lineup, for one, they've broken the record for the most 3-pointers taken. I think it's like 61 in one game. Right, so they've embraced the 3-point line. We've already known this for a few years now, but they've fully embraced it now. But defensively, they're more aggressive.
Fun fact: that 3-point was set by Sacramento Kings.
It was.
That was last year.
It was.
Sorry, I had to mention Sacramento in the video once at least.
By all means. But I have something even funnier for you. The Denver Nuggets have got the opposite of a small ball lineup.
I've seen it, man. I've seen it. I see that. I posted in the group chat. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Can we collectively pray that we get a Houston versus Denver Nuggets playoff series where Denver just goes super large and Houston goes super small and they just attack each other?
Mate, when I sent that picture into the group chat and I highlighted Bobo at small forward,
Yeah,
I completely blanked. I didn't even realize that Jokic was playing point guard.
he was. Yeah,
Like he should have been. Like that's what we expect him to do. But obviously but it's like to actually see it on paper is just weird. Like it is super weird. Again, that's like another like literally there's two cars coming into the like it's gonna hit any second now. They're just gonna like you're just waiting for it. Like something's gonna give.
Can I which one do you prefer? The Denver big men, where you have a Nikola Jokic, a 7-foot ball handler, a 6'11" ball handler, versus a super small team that's just hyper aggressive and literally just doubles any center that they play against.
Team verticality.
What?
Team verticality.
Oh, team verticality. So you're with the big men.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm a big guy.
Do you know what? There was a podcast a while ago where I berated Mike D'Antoni for going so small, but it looks good. It genuinely.
You know what it is? The proof is going to be in the pudding. You see how I do this? Like an Italiano, the proof is in the pudding. The finals, bro. Or at least the playoffs.
True.
That's where we're going to see if it, because we know what the Rockets are about. And like the only time that they've been stopped is Golden State. Like they can outshoot teams, bad teams.
Yeah.
But we saw, especially when they played against the Golden State Warriors and they went on that horrific run. I can't remember how many shots they missed. There were so many.
Game 7 in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 2018,
they missed
2019.
2019, I think it was.
I think it was 2019. Yeah.
They had missed so many shots. It wasn't a record or something like that. Like the most consecutive misses.
It was, but it's if you live by the 3, you have to die by the 3. They've accepted that, so they know that there are going to be games where it's not going to fall. Unfortunately for James Harden, it just so happens that it's always in the biggest games in the playoffs where the shots don't fall.
He's gonna have
just a little bit of luck, and James Harden might have been an NBA champion by now. Because if they not was it last year's CP3 and James Harden team? No, the 2018 CP3 James Harden team was the best Houston Rockets team they had. And if they managed to beat the Golden State Warriors, as they should have because they're winning 3-1, they would have gone and thrashed the Cleveland Cavaliers. They would have absolutely battered them. And CP0 would have been CP1. And James Harden would have been. There's Barkley calls it, and I don't want to swear on the show, right? But he calls it a shit list. And it's basically all the superstar players that never got a ring. And he includes himself in that list. He says, I call it the shit list. Your AIs, your Karl Malones, your Charles Barkley, your Steve Nash, Stockton, all of them guys. Is James Harden going to be one of them?
I hope not. If I'm going to take a stance, yeah, I'm going to say no. For the sheer, like, I don't expect him to miss out on a ring purely because of the way that the NBA is going. There's going to be a time where I don't want to say he's going to win it as the leader of the team. He'll end up being like a second or third option later on in his career. That's how I see it. That's the only way I'm going to see it. Okay. But he's going to win a ring like that, not as a main guy.
No, I don't think so either. Although the supporting cast that he's got right now, fantastic.
Question for you: is it better than when he had CP3?
No. CP3 was genuinely a guy that I believe he fully trusted. Can hit the 3, can handle the ball. Whether James Harden is on or off, the offense doesn't stagnate. It doesn't wait for anyone. But with Russell Westbrook, it's a lot more different. This is what it does. You know what Chris Paul is going to give you every single night, right? High IQ, some of the best passers, steady hands, all of that. And Russell Westbrook, on the other hand, is probably the most, enigmatic, the most unpredictable player in the NBA today. You don't know what he does. I think that's what makes him so hard to guard, is there's no set play that you can pull against him because he just plays out of pure instinct. Literally,
Yeah.
he just plays. He turns up on the day and he's like, okay, what are you gonna give me and what are you not? If I want to take threes, I'll take threes. If I take long twos, I take long twos. If I want to go into the paint, I'll go into the paint, but I'll decide that during the game, not beforehand. And
You know what?
that's what,
You're right about that. The one thing that I would counter with is that although they had, because think about it, they had CP3 and they had Clint Capella, so they always had to swap out Clint Capella come late game, and then end up having to pay PJ Tucker anyway. They've just completely thought, forget that, and then they've replaced it and had Russell Westbrook now. Essentially, like, I don't want to say it, but he's like this like point center, if you want to call it that, because I know Robert Covington's going to be guarding the center positions, but this guy's getting your boards. This guy's bringing the ball up. He's doing a lot, and I think that him being on the court, like, and then having shooters all around him, is better as far as like how it would work out for the playoffs, where they don't have to worry about someone having to, like, they can play Russell Westbrook in late game knowing they have that lineup, but you're having to weaken the squad where CP3 was there and they had Clint Capella. So there's give and takes.
Yeah, I think also the fact that we've only just restarted, teams are not 100% there yet on defense and on offense, and it makes the offense look better than it is. I don't know if anyone noticed it, but there's a million more open looks than before. I was watching the Utah Jazz against the Lakers game, and the Utah Jazz were like 2 passes and someone was fully open. And I think by the time we get to the playoffs, which is only in about 2 weeks' time anyway, those same looks are not going to be there. Daniel House cannot go 4 for 4 every time. Ben McLemore will not go 4 for 4 every game.
Yeah.
Robert Covington, same with all of them. They're not all going to have good shooting every single game. So,
I checked with some stats. I think, to be fair, the Utah Jazz, although they're great, you think of them as a great defensive team. As far as assisted threes, they ranked rather on the low end. So for a team like the Rockets to come up against them and actually just find the open looks, it fit for them. So they were a good fit to play against. But can I just quickly talk about the Denver Nuggets and my boy Bol? Like, this guy, yeah, I've never rooted for a player so much in a game. When I first saw him play in that game, like, genuinely, I had a smile on my face. Like, because I'll be real with you, I've not had a chance to watch every single game, but this was one of the games I actually tuned in for, and I made sure to watch it because I was just so intrigued. This guy was touted to be a lottery pick, ended up being a second rounder, and then he's doing this. Like, did no one see this before? And they played about small forward.
It's surprising. So there's 2 things. One, Denver actually never drafted him. The Miami Heat did.
Miami Heat drafted him, yeah.
They traded him. The second thing is that when he came out of high school, he was meant to be a lottery pick. I'm pretty sure that he was top 10 in the ESPN top 100 high school list.
I can imagine.
A big deal. He was a 7-foot-something center that could handle the ball like no one. If that's not the future of basketball, I don't know what is. And then on the day, I think someone might have leaked a false report or something stating that maybe he's too injury prone or there's something about spirit. Something must have happened to put all these GMs off to pick all these useless guys who haven't even played a single NBA game yet. Some of them have been put into the G League and probably never will turn up. I like what Denver did. That's 2 years in a row now. Is it 2 years in a row?
No, Michael Porter. Yeah.
They took Michael Porter Jr., even though he had the back injury, and now it's paying dividends. And then they took Bobo because everyone else decided to sleep on him. And now they've got a potential future sharpshooter and a 7-foot ball handling dynamite, who, by the way, gained weight. He actually gained weight. He's not as skinny as he was before. So I'm down. Bobo is that guy.
You want to hear a funny story?
Go on.
Now I don't know how factual this is. I remember reading about this article years ago. His dad, Manute, in order for him to, because they wanted him to gain weight, he was 7'7", so he was really tall. But again, with that, he had like a long, slender flame. And, and one of the ways they wanted him to gain weight was obviously eating food, but he couldn't eat that much. So he needed to drink things with more calories. One of the things that they encouraged him to drink was beer.
No
And
way.
so he would sometimes come to games drunk.
Wow.
And apparently, one of the games that he was tipsy was, I think he drilled like 7 threes in the game. Like, there's a video of him like just drilling like threes from like downtown, like 7 threes in a game. And like, apparently, that game, he was like, who cares? Oof. And he just went for it.
His inhibitions disappeared.
Yeah, he's just like, forget the rest. It's me.
Anyway, so we've come towards the end of the podcast right now. And guess what you didn't do? I didn't set you up.
One little fact about Manute Bol, he had more, I think, rebounds than points. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I think you're right.
But guys, if you like the video, please like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. We do appreciate all the love and support you give us here at MVP. B-man, do the honors.
Thank you very much for watching. And we are going to be back again soon. So peace.